So I want to talk about an idea I call the model disabled. Basically, it's something I've noticed, which is that folks, or shall we say society in general, is okay with inclusivity as long as it's convenient. Getting the ability to tick off the inclusion box without actually having to change habits. And what that can look like is, hey, it's great to have folks who have different abilities, visible differences especially, but only if they're able to keep up. Only if we don't have to change anything structurally or habitually around them. The other one where I've noticed it socially is folks are very much comfortable, and it's a great thing where they say, hey, everyone is welcome at a social gathering. However, when it comes down to something like in my case, which is just asthma, which affects like 12 to 15% of people, asking folks or creating a space which is scent-free or where people aren't vaping or smoking is too much. And I'd rather folks are straight up with me so that I'm not in a situation which is unsafe, but it definitely reeks of sort of this like, well, I like to be inclusive until it starts inconveniencing anyone. And similarly, organizations and spaces have the same idea with visible disabilities. Like, we want to include people who are visibly different so we get the benefit of being considered inclusive. But when it comes to actually making systemic changes, that's a major thing. And in school, one of the things that has come up when discussing with the expert at our accessibility office, that the biggest barrier that students with disabilities, is actually attitudinal barriers, as in the attitude of their peers and instructors, which is where there's a sense that you're not actually welcomed. They don't want you there. It's more like you are being tolerated because it's legally required. And that comes across in many ways, whether that is literally just warmth, social interaction, basically everything that isn't the bare minimum of requirements. And I think the solution to that overall is simply to build warmer cultures, subcultures in organizations and spaces that actively try and embrace diversity, which do not have a concept of, shall we say, extreme survival of the fittest, which is that, oh, well, if you're not able to do everything till this perfection, then you don't deserve to be here. And that has to happen mentally for everyone, right? Because I don't think people are intentionally trying to do this. It's just in their head. I've definitely seen this in my undergrad, where even though I performed as a good student, I had to do it differently. It was very obvious that I was functioning differently. And my classmates sort of would recede away from me because there is sort of this idea of, well, will I fail by association? And it can be incredibly isolating. It's just sort of a thought that this idea of a model disabled person can be a very toxic idea, and it might be worth every one of us reflecting on it.